Hello,
Good morning.
Grosse
Okay,
Pointe.
now it says like your percentages, mine's at 99%.
Yeah, that's the sound. Don't worry about that.
Okay, you're
We're just
blurry to me.
we're going rogue. We're trying to do this all by ourselves, no help, right here in the flesh. We're only about a mile and a half from each other, but we can't be near each other. Has to be virtual.
Has to be virtual.
Okay, wait.
Here we go.
There's something I've been thinking about, and I just want to go into it, especially because we can hopefully we'll be able to share some of this content pretty quickly. This is totally off Grosse Point, off us, blah blah blah. But I mean, I'm clearly still mourning the Lions lost, as I
I
think a
know.
lot of people are. So what I want to start with, and what I wanted to ask you, right? Four boys, sports family,
Yep.
love the sports. What would it be like in your household right now had the Lions been going to the Super Bowl? Like, what's the difference?
I think everybody's sad. I think it was definitely a super fun few weeks of just all positive good vibes all over town. Even if you aren't a Lions fan, you're still cheering on your home team. And it was definitely deflated. I
Yeah,
think everyone felt deflated once we got past that. Wait, are you blurry?
no, not
Okay,
to my.
because on my screen you are very, very blurry. But if you're not,
I think as long as it's where we're recording, we're okay.
okay. So yeah, it would have been super fun. Now Teddy is through and through and through and through a Chiefs fan. So we're still good here, but it is definitely was a major bummer.
Yeah,
Major bummer. How are you doing?
I mean, I'm fine. I think it's so funny because it it I feel like it did this weird thing for me personally, and I think a lot of people where the Christmas hangover, right? Like the holiday
Mhm.
hangover comes so hard in January. It's like, you hit New Year's Day and the party is over. Like you are back to
Mhm.
work and it sucks. I mean, it's the worst, right? Like you're treading through sleet and snow to go to work every day. There's nothing to look forward to. It's dark at 4 o'clock, like all these things. And I feel like that whole Lions thing made this energy just explode in our community
Yeah.
leading up to it. And so I just feel like we kind of procrastinated against the inevitable of dealing with winter, the hibernation of it, right?
Yep.
um so I think it's just interesting because it's not different than any other year, obviously. Like, I mean, we're used to not watching any
Right.
football in January. I just keep thinking of what it would be like had they won in our community, because everybody was so stoked and it was so exciting and the energy was so up. And it's funny that now here we are in February and it's like, okay, well, how, Alaman sign, like okay, 40 days till spring.
I
Like,
know. That is so I know. I
I
know.
but it's just I just keep thinking of what this week would have been like had that out. Um, and that's why I was curious about your kids, because they're
Yeah.
young, it's different to them. But um they if their excitement level is different. Obviously Teddy being a Chiefs fan, he just gets
Yeah.
to celebrate here.
That has carried them through that alone. But it was super fun. Did you hear the big news that Grosse Pointe Farm City is going to be hosting the state tournament
No
this
way.
year? Yep. It was just announced. I'm literally just pulling up the email right now that 2024 Little League State Baseball Tournament at Kirby Field here in Grosse Pointe.
Wasn't it here a few years ago?
Yes. It's
And
still
they got
fun. It's back. Hmm.
well, do you remember that day that it was here? It was supposed to be at Kirby Field after all the renovations and changes and all this stuff. And there was that horrible rainstorm, and so they had to move it to Liggett.
For some reason, I don't know if we weren't living here yet.
I mean,
Um,
it was the COVID year,
yeah,
somewhere around 2020, 2021.
yeah. Yeah, it's still that'll be really fun. That'll be a fun buzz in the
Oh,
city for
that
sure.
no, that I mean, it's a huge deal. And like last year,
Yeah.
I was at a lot of playoff games because two of my nephews were in on a team that won state,
Right.
and I mean, it's just awesome. It's like good for the community, the
So
people,
fun.
the little league, all that stuff. So that's great
Yeah.
news.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
like June, August,
July.
July.
Yeah. July.
Kids that are of age that they could go to the World Series.
So this is the yeah, this is the 12. So yeah. Yeah. This is exciting. We'll have to circle back to that when I have more information. That's literally all I know right now.
Hey, it's great news though. I mean,
It is good news. It is good news.
one time in your life, but the fact that,
Mhm.
but I mean, Kirby Field is so nice, and
Yes. Yes.
294, which makes it convenient for players. The only
Mhm.
thing I say is that brings up the big elephant, one of the elephants in the Grosse Pointe room of
Which are,
we need a hotel.
we need a hotel. We need a hotel.
Can you
Yes.
imagine? Like if for the bit alone, I think about like my store, right? Like how much business we would do that week with all these kids traveling here
I
if there was
know.
a on the village and parents with time between games. And I mean the restaurants, the it would be so good for the local economy, but right now we just shuttle them away to
I know.
wherever, you know.
Downtown to Roseville to,
Yeah.
which is good options, but it would be so great if it was local. Oh,
Yeah, I mean of course there's great hotels all over. If we just had,
yeah.
a decent affordable, right? Let's say a
Right.
family their hotel that was local, it'd be
Yeah.
I think it'd be easier to get more events like that, you know.
Well, now you're asking for the world because you want it to be affordable. Uh,
That'll be the problem is they put up this
changes everything.
stay at, you
What is
know.
affordable anymore? Just looking at spring break, it's a bazillion dollars when you're
Oh,
traveling with.
are you anywhere for February?
No, no, because I can't go somewhere February and go somewhere for spring break. It's just,
Yeah.
it's ridiculous. There's too many plane tickets to buy.
When is spring break this year?
Mhm.
April or March?
End of March. I can't remember the first day of it. Matt's our uh Matt's our party planner, cruise director.
Or you're supposed to go on another trip, like, you know,
Yeah, I
a lot.
some will, but
Oh, of course.
not this crew.
No.
Um, all right, so I gotta pick up a kid to go to the orthodontist because we go a minimum of once a week.
It's
Three of
good.
the three of the four are in. We've got one in a expander. He's going back today. One in braces. One in Invisalign. That's why we can't afford to go anywhere for break.
Yeah. Keep someone else's. You just
Yeah.
got
So, what's your due date for baby number two?
July 18th.
That's my anniversary.
Really?
Yeah.
We were finding out the sex March 6th or something, which is so funny, really quick before you go. Like,
Yeah, you're
and it's
good.
so funny, like the second kid, because like all of these benchmarks are so different than they were with our first kid because there's so much unknown. And now it's like of course boy or girl, I don't care. It's irrelevant. Like I will
Yeah.
love any healthy, whatever. But it's like even finding out. It's like, oh well, I was like, last night I texted my wife because she wrote me March 6th we're gonna find out or whatever, and I wrote back, I was like, that's perfect. Like I need that much more time just to like settle in to 'cause that makes it so real, right? And like here, like my boy is like, getting older and older and more expressive and more fun, and like I'm just having so much fun with him, and just like realizing that that is now 6, 5, whatever months till he has a sibling, and it's all going to change, which is going to be amazing. But it's like enjoying like 5 more months
Yeah.
with just like my son. So, but that's a
It
whole
is
nother.
so crazy. We never took the kids to the hospital to see me because to me that was always just like my only time in life with that child by
Smart.
themselves. So I do remember, I really vividly remember leaving Charlie to go to the hospital to have Hank and just literally crying over his crib. Because he was only 18 months old at the time. And I just remember being like, oh my gosh, you don't even know what's happening. Like the next time you see me, I'm coming in with either a brother or sister. We didn't find out the gender. Um, but it's just such a different it's such a weird, like, what Cooley doesn't know, which is his life is about to be rocked, especially if you had a girl.
Oh my god. I know. But I mean, ultimately it's the best thing in the world, right? The last thing you want is your.
Absolutely.
But yeah, it's just so weird because it's like here this guy came into my life, wild, crazy, first 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 18, 20 months, whatever, right? But like it's like we're such in a pace now.
Yeah.
And he, like so it'll be interesting, but that's a whole other conversation. Go to the orthodontist. It was great to see you.
Okay, so I'm gonna call you in just a second. We'll log off this and then I'll give you a call. Good
Stop this.
morning, Grosse Pointe.